Paula Sheeta, Dwayne Fawson, Ken Bell, Brian Gordon, and Hank Keaton. And while they're coming up, so whoever gets to the microphone first, you go ahead and start it in that order. First the mic. If you don't come up, we're just going to assume that you choose not to make comments. Speak into the mic, or the people in back of you will remind you that they can't hear you. Give your name and organization before you start speaking. And I believe Sharon would like to keep it to 2 minutes per person, and that would be nice in the interest of all the people here that want to speak. We are still taking sign-ups. You can go out to the desk there, and she'll bring those up, but we are taking them in the order that you did sign up. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Paula Cheetah, and I'm representing myself. I plan to open a retail establishment, and so I think it's very important that I'm here and everyone else who is part of the current black market be here as part of this. And I want to make sure that everyone understands that we are the black market. And although the plans are to make sure that we have regulations and rules in place, if we're not successful, the black market will continue. So I know we're trying to do away with that, but it should be more along the lines of a conversion than just trying to do away with everyone who is already doing business. Okay, a couple of things. In other forums, people have spoken about funding for small businesses. That is still a great concern for a number of people here who are going to be opening small businesses, especially since the federal government and most of the banks won't work with us. So I know that other people have given suggestions about that. I don't know how to deal with it, but it is something that I know we're very concerned about. Another thing is packaging at the retail level. I know that producers will also be packaging their product, but if a retailer has to repackage something in a different way, I want to make sure that they're not going to be considered producers and therefore not able to sell at the retail level. On-site consumption is not something that's been brought up yet, and I want to make sure that we're aware that it does need to be addressed. Right now, at a bar, if you want to smoke a cigarette, you can go outside. In many cases, a bar may also have an area set aside so you can continue to drink as you smoke. Does that mean then that if we go outside, can we smoke anything? Another big one is marijuana tourism. Don't limit the use to the people within the state of Washington, because you'll just basically make another type of black market. Let's see, hemp grower licensing, making sure that once hemp growing is beginning, that we zone those types of plants away from the usable cannabis that everyone else is going to be using, to make sure that they're in separate areas. Training for retailers and processors. Training can be online, but most of us don't have large law firms behind us that can basically give us the information. So if there's any training online for everyone, that would be helpful. And then lastly, I know that more and more information is getting out there. There's going to be an informational trade show in the month of March. You may see the orange flyers going around. I'm also going to be setting up a trade show in the month of April. And so those of you who may be interested in that, please let me know. Thank you.
My name is Hank Keaton, and I represent CannaSafe Analytics. We're an ISO certified cannabis testing facility. We're going to open a lab here in Vancouver, hopefully another lab in Seattle, and with any luck, labs all the way up and down the West Coast. So when I say that we're ISO certified, that's the highest level of certification for a chemistry testing lab. We've got brochures here. I've passed out some to members of the audience already. We're very much offering our services to this process so that the testing and certification can become a part of the legal structure, and that people become comfortable with it up front at both the producer and the processor and the retail level.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Fawson. I'm not representing anybody but myself. I've got a few things I want to talk about. One is right now there's an industry, you've got to go. There's pot everywhere. Thing I'd like to say is, I want to see this go the right way. I don't want to see a bunch of people, you know, scared off from joining the industry. The more regulations you put on it, I think the more people will be put off, want to stay in the black market. I want to try to invite them in with us. You know, try to get them to come along, pay taxes. If we make it too difficult or too restrictive on them, I see a lot of people just undercutting, still growing. So if we can go ahead and really keep people, just really keep this kind of low key at first. I understand don't let it go willy-nilly, but I'd like to see it evolve into something rather than just crash. So maybe some slow implementations of further rules down the road. That might be a good way to go rather than just, you know, kind of put your thumb on everybody and try to keep them out of it. That's about all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Brian Gordon. I'm with Canna Care Services from Washington and also Greenhouse Medical. We are basically already set up and kind of in the game plan of the direction that you guys are already moving, and just wanted to let you know that we're available to help people in the local area, and just want to get intermixed with different groups and associations and kind of see what's going on. So we're just here to let everybody know that we're available, and we're a patient resource center, and that's kind of what we do. So we're already preset in the way that we do things, registry forms, and all sorts of resources and different types of all phases of marijuana grown through the state of Washington already. So I'd like to be implemented in what you guys are doing. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Ken Bell. I'm from Ken's Medicine Bowl, and we've been dispensing medical cannabis for about 8-9 years now. One of the things I wanted to talk about was some of your numbers are not making any sense to me. You've got estimated costs of $12 a gram, and yet you acknowledge that medical cannabis with no regulation whatsoever sells between $10 and $15 a gram. I don't know how you would expect to add all this added regulation onto it and not increase the cost substantially more than $12 a gram. One of the other things I wanted to discuss with what everybody's talking about, the black market. We do have a black market, but it's a gray market. It's on the edge. You never know. We've been doing this at great danger to our own freedom and our own finances for many years. And I'd hate to see guys from California with a lot of money just walk up here and push aside all the little guys that have been basically keeping this market. The day that this law went into effect, we had a fellow on here that was a Microsoft executive that plans to, dump. I'm sure he dumped a lot of money into this 502. And in fact, I voted against 502 as a medical patient. You're going to regulate it so much that the black market will just flourish. You have to have testing. Medical cannabis is I think a lot more. How do I want to say? You need more clean cannabis than what's going to go on here is recreational cannabis. It's going to be a Budweiser mentality. And at $3 a gram for the processor, it's going to be horrible. It's not going to be worth anything. So I would say that definitely look into what they're doing in Colorado, but make your own plan. Make something that's going to work for us up here, and try to keep it in the state as opposed to allowing people from California with a lot of money to come up here and push us all out. I've had one strain that took me 5 years to crossbreed it for medical use for digestive issues, and it's helped people. I had one lady that weighed 72 pounds when she started using it. She's up to 104 pounds 2 years later. So that's what I.
Hello everyone, my name is Charles Fike and I represent the Green Harvest Corporation, the Green Thumb Collectibles Corporation, and the Northwest Growers Association. And I have in my hands a facsimile producer's license, which took me 6 months to write, and I templated it off of California and Colorado. It's been designed in support of our state. Our membership includes over 100 people that are residents of Washington. And yes, as it's been mentioned in earlier conversations, they exist in the black market. And yes, we are now illegal. And so these people are now resources. And I presented a copy of this proposal, or this license application to the board. And I'm also giving them the thumb drive on it. Here it is. Pass that out. So we support regulation. Yes, the medical marijuana industry, even if you regulate this industry, the medical marijuana industry will be the gray matter. Because yeah, I grow weed here, you know, and so you can beat the black market. Use its model against itself. And that's how you can beat it. If you want to beat it and regulate everybody, get them to come out. But you know, not everybody can grow weed. And not everybody should be allowed to grow weed because of their alternative motives. Everybody that's been popped before and they want to grow weed now, that's great. But what, you know, the times were different. The times are different. You know, now, the times are now. So, you know, why waste valuable assets? Just remember Prohibition in the day of alcohol. So we're pro-regulation. We totally support the state and its tax structure. We're Washington residents. And on top of that, most of the people in our organization are squeaky clean. They're grandfathers. They're people with regular lives. They've been growing pot to support their families, not to create some drug empire. And so, in mention of the black market and its weed, in order to beat its structure, you can imitate it, but you can only imitate it with quality weed. I'm going to show you now an example of black market weed. This weed, and if anybody's connected or not, this is called black market weed. It's really bad. It comes at a high price. Well, yeah, I'd love to, but this is what usually gets on the street, and then it goes at a hefty price. $600 is a quarter pound. It goes for $600 a quarter pound. It's crap. Many people enterprise many criminal things using black market weed, and that's the Mexican cartels do that, right? Now, this costs $600 on the street. It's a quarter pound, okay? This is weed grown by our association. It's pure, it is organic, it's been tested, you can smell it, okay? And this type of weed is the kind of weed we would grow for the state of Washington in support of regulation. Because the whole black market thing has come to an end, and you gotta wipe it out in order to make this work. Colorado's motto for Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division actually captures that. So I think you'd have to re-regulate that to get the growers to come out, you know. And we're all for that. So, you know, we're actually doing an outreach right now to get people to come out of the woods, and we've got many new members that way. And they think that our group is safe, which it is. And so we would like to produce a proposal for the state. And so here it is. This is what good marijuana would look like. And this right here is $400. It's $400 for state, of course. We totally support our state.
Thank you. We'll call up the next group of folks. Caroline Perry.